fellow compatriots, fellow Zimbabweans, brothers and sisters, I speak to you not just as a journalist, but also as a student of law, as a Zimbabwean who has suffered massive injustice in the hands of a system that is supposed to administer justice. I suffered 3 months pre-trial detention in one of the most horrible prisons that the world has seen, only because I was accused of giving other people a voice to speak for their country, with their country, and to their fellow countrymen. Zimbabwe today has become a pariah state. It has become a state that does not respect the sanctity of professions. Journalists are supposed to be given the opportunity to practice their trade. So are nurses, so are doctors. But our doctors and our nurses have been turned into prostitutes because they want to get money, because their profession has been bastardized. Fellow compatriots, the major crisis that our country faces is not the change of the constitution. That is not the major crisis. It is of a leadership that does not love its people. Yes. That has no respect for the values of freedom of expression and of human rights. These things are now being permeated in constitutional change. But the real deep issue, the real deep-seated issue in Zimbabwe is a leadership that does not respect its people, that would rather use money to buy cars and to donate to people instead of putting pills in hospitals. And because they don't love their people, a constitution becomes nothing but just a paper. In my study of law, convenability, I have understood one thing. That even Hitler had a constitution. Even Hitler had a constitution. So constitutionalism is not about following what is written in the constitution, but it is giving life to the aspirations of the people. It is governing with love. It is allowing me to practice my trade, my profession of choice, and to be able to be there for my children, to be able to go home feeling safe. When our choice is taken away from us by those that are ostensibly elected to protect us, it becomes a problem. My last note, convener said, is that as we do whatever we do, I think there's one thing as Zimbabweans that we should do, and we should do it well. It is to protect the integrity of the judiciary and its independence. Because everything that happens will end in the theater of the courtroom as the last defender of democracy. I am certain, without any doubt, that if we had secured the independence of the judiciary, we would have challenged this constitutional amendment safely in the courts of law without any problem. We fear this because we have seen it time and again what our judges have done, the judgments that have been put. And it is my hope, dear convener, that in whatever we do, at the end of the day, we must protect the independence of the judiciary, even to the extent of putting an independent fund that we put together to say any judge who is fired, any magistrate who is removed from their work by doing their work professionally, the citizens will take care of them so that they feel safe in doing their work, so that they are not afraid of being fired. This is, for me, a critical juncture, because with an independent judiciary, we would not have been here. With an independent judiciary, all of us would be speaking from Zimbabwe, because we would know that if there's an allegation or accusation against you, when you go to court, you can be able to defend yourself. I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I wish you the best. Thank you.